Hello, hi guys. How are you? This is CA Balakrishna from Lecturepedia.in. Now in this video, we will be revising essay 505 external confirmation. In the previous video, we have revised essay 510. Now it will be essay 505. Now basically, as you all know, this 500 series will be dealing with the audit evidences. Now, one of the procedure to obtain audit evidence is external confirmation, okay, and which is a more reliable procedure for the auditor to obtain audit evidence. Why it is so reliable? Let us see. First of all, we will see the actual definition of external confirmation. External confirmation means audit evidence obtained as direct written response to auditor from third party. If you remember, in essay 500 we have seen certain points, okay. If those aspects were present, then the audit evidence is more reliable, okay. Like if audit evidence is obtained from external party, it is more reliable. If audit evidence is in written form, it is more reliable. If the audit evidence is obtained directly by the auditor, then it is more reliable, okay. Like this we have seen certain points of reliability. Now this external confirmation has most of those reliable points. If you see, audit evidence obtained directly, okay, this is the first point of reliability. As a written response, this is second point of reliability, to the auditor from third party, this is third point of reliability, okay. Thereby, since it has all these reliability points, we can consider that external confirmation is more reliable, okay, and auditor prefers to obtain these external confirmations as audit evidences, okay. Now in this standard, I have divided the standard into 4 parts. What are they? Firstly, we will be discussing, just a second, yeah. Firstly, we will be discussing what are the types of external confirmations that we have, and next for what will be the procedure that the auditor will be using in order to obtain external confirmation, and in case management refuses to obtain external confirmation, then how the auditor should deal with it, and some other cases. Starting with the types of external confirmations. Basically, there are 2 types of external confirmations. First one is positive external confirmation. Second one is a negative external confirmation. What is positive external confirmation? In case of positive external confirmation, when auditor requests the third party to give the confirmation, the third party has to respond in both the cases. What are those both cases? Okay, first of all, if the third party agrees with the information that is present in the confirmation, then the third party has to respond. And also, if third party does not agree with the information that is present in the confirmation, even in that case also third party has to respond. These are the both the cases in which third party has to respond. This type of confirmation request will be known as positive confirmation request. Coming to negative confirmation request. In case of negative confirmation request, third party has to respond only if he does not agree with the information that is present in the confirmation request, okay. In case he agrees with the information that is present in the confirmation request, he need not respond to such confirmation request. This will be calling as a negative confirmation request, okay, wherein the third party has to respond only if he disagrees with the information. Hope this is clear. These are the 2 types of external confirmation request. First one, positive confirmation request. Confirming party has to respond his agreement or disagreement with the information requested. Okay, in both the cases he has to respond. Now you might get a doubt that if the auditor sends confirmation request to the third party, what is the guarantee that third party will verify the amount that is present in the confirmation request with his books and will respond? Okay, what is the guarantee that third party will not neglect while responding to the confirmation request? Now to obtain this guarantee, what the auditor can do is he can give blank positive confirmation request. What is this blank positive confirmation request? See, basically, let's say auditor needs to obtain confirmation regarding debtors balance. Okay, now in the books of accounts of client, the balance is some 1 lakh. Now auditor needs confirmation regarding this. He sends positive confirmation request. Now the auditor gets doubt whether the confirming party will properly verify his books of accounts while confirming or not. Thereby what the auditor will do is he will not disclose the amount in the confirmation request. He will keep the amount column as blank. Okay, the auditor will ask the third party to fill up this blank with the amount. Okay, now and respond. Now to fill up this amount, the third party will have to check his books and he has to fill the amount. Okay, thereby in order to get guarantee that the third party will properly verify and will give response to the confirmation request, the auditor will use this type of blank confirmation request. Hope this is clear. Next, negative confirmation request. Confirming party has to respond only if he disagrees with the information that is provided in the request. Hope this is clear. These are two types of confirmation request, and mostly in practical situation, auditor will try to obtain positive confirmation request only. Okay, he will not use negative confirmation request. Okay, mostly he will use positive confirmation request only. Next, going to audit the procedure of external confirmation. Basically, while requesting external confirmation, there are certain steps that are involved. Now the auditor needs to have control over all these steps in which are involved in obtaining external confirmation. Okay, what are those steps? Let us see. First of all, determining the information to be confirmed. Okay, let's say there are some 100 debtors. Of these 100 debtors, to whom the request has to be sent, this has to be determined by the auditor himself. Okay, this task has to be performed by auditor himself. Okay, he should not rely on management for determining to whom the request has to be sent. Okay, on this process the auditor needs to maintain control. Next, selecting appropriate confirming party. Okay, auditor have selected some debtors to whom confirmation request has to be sent. Now to whom this request has to be addressed? Okay, in that confirming entity there will be various persons. Okay, there will be accounts manager, there will be CFO, there will be management, to whom the request has to be addressed. Okay, it has to be decided by auditor only. Hope this is clear. Next, designing the request. Okay, how should the request be designed? Even that the request has to be designed by the auditor only. There are certain points that has to be kept in mind while designing the request. What are those points? First one, while designing the confirmation request, auditor needs to keep following points in mind. What are they? Assertions being addressed. Okay, now mainly these external confirmations will be used to obtain evidence regarding assertion of existence and assertion of completeness. Okay, mainly to address these two assertions, external confirmations will be used. Okay, so auditor has to determine, keep in mind what is the assertion that the auditor is addressing through this external confirmation. Based on the assertion, he has to design the external confirmation request. Next, specific identified risk of material misstatement. Okay, what is the probability of risk of material misstatement in the area in which auditor is seeking external confirmation? Okay, even this has to be considered by the auditor. Next, layout and presentation of the external confirmation request. Okay, method of communication, how the auditor is going to communicate this confirmation request to the third party. Okay, whether he will be using mail, or he will be using post, or he will be sending it directly through physically. Okay, based on method of communication also, the method of communication should also be kept in mind while designing the confirmation request. Next, ability of the confirming party. Okay, auditor is designing the confirmation request to confirming party. Auditor should also determine whether such a confirming party to whom the request is being sent will be having the information that is requested by the auditor or not. Okay, whether the confirming party is the correct person to give the confirmation or not. Okay, whether such party will be having the information asked by the auditor or not, even this has to be determined by the auditor. Okay, based on this, the auditor has to design the confirmation request. And he should also consider whether management is giving a free hand. Okay, whether management is encouraging such a third party to respond to the confirmation or request or not. Okay, management's authorization or encouragement to confirming party. Okay, auditor needs to keep all these points. Okay, auditor needs to consider all these points while designing the confirmation request. Hope this is clear. And the last step is sending the request and follow up. Okay, next, what if management refuses, management doesn't permit the auditor to send confirmation request? How should the auditor deal with this type of situation? First of all, auditor will ask the management. Okay, let us see. Management refusal to allow auditor to send external confirmation request. In this case, what the auditor has to do? First of all, he will inquire reasons for refusal. Okay, auditor wants to send external confirmation request, but the management saying that no, you please don't send the external confirmation request. Now what the auditor will do? Auditor will first of all ask the management, why are you not allowing me to send the external confirmation request? Okay, what are the reasons? Like this the auditor will ask. Then management will give his their reasons. Okay, why they are not allowing, why they are refusing the auditor. Now auditor has obtained the reasons from the management. Now auditor will evaluate these reasons. Auditor will obtain audit evidence regarding validity of these reasons given by management. See, obtain audit evidence of their validity. Okay, after obtaining validity, he will evaluate the management refusal on risk of material misstatement and fraud. Okay, the management is refusing me to get external confirmation request. Okay, whether there is any probability of fraud in this area, that is the reason why management is refusing to refusing to send external confirmation. Okay, this has to be evaluated by the auditor. After that, after this evaluation, auditor concludes that management's refusal is unreasonable. Okay, the reasons that are given by management are unreasonable, they are not valid. In that case, what the auditor will do is, auditor will communicate the same to those charged with governance and he will accordingly draft his opinion. Hope this is clear. Next, if the auditor finds that the reasons that are given by management are valid, okay, there are valid reasons why management is refusing to send a confirmation request. In this case, what the auditor will do is, auditor will try to obtain audit evidence by alternate procedures. Okay, in case he fails to obtain audit evidence through alternate procedures, then auditor will have to again do the same thing, will have to communicate to those charged with governance and accordingly draft his opinion. See, reasons are valid, but auditor unable to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence from alternate procedures, then he has to communicate the same to those charged with governance and consider the same while drafting his opinion. Hope this is clear. Next, there is another point that we left. What are the situations in which external confirmation can be, the negative external confirmation can be used? Let us see. Basically, if these four situations are present, okay, then auditor will send negative external confirmation request. Okay, auditor can decide to send external confirmation request. Okay, it is not, however, it is not mandatory that if these situations are present, auditor must send negative external confirmation request only. But if these situations are present, auditor can send negative external confirmation request. What are they? Now, auditor finds low risk of material misstatements. Okay, in the area in which the auditor is seeking external confirmation request, that area is prone to less risk of material misstatement. In that case, he can use negative external confirmation in those cases. Okay, in those areas. Okay, that is the first situation. Next, low exception rate is expected. What is meant by this exception rate? See, let's say in our books the balance is some 1 lakh. Okay, now auditor is requesting confirmation request from third party. Now third party has confirmed that as per our books, okay, the amount is some 90,000 only. Okay, this is known as exception. Okay, there is a difference between confirmation received and the amount that is actually present in the books. This will be known as exception. Now auditor feels that there is a low exception rate. Even in this case also, auditor can use a negative confirmation request. Okay, yeah. Next, third situation, large number of small homogeneous account balances. Okay, let's say there are large number of balances and the amount of these balances is very small. Okay, even in this case, auditor can use a negative confirmation request. And the final one, auditor not aware of circumstances that third party disregards such a request. Okay, auditor is sure that the third party, the confirming party, will not disregard the request that is sent by me. Okay, the third party will confirmly verify his books and he will reply me back in case there is any disagreement with the confirmation request. Okay, if the auditor feels so, then he can use negative confirmation request. Okay, basically, if the auditor is having confidence over third party that third party will not commit mistake. Okay, the third party will not neglect the request sent by the auditor. Okay, if auditor feels so, then he can use negative confirmation request in regard that item. Hope this is clear. By this, revision of essay 505 has been completed. In the next video, we will be revising essay 520. Okay, and in case you wanted to purchase paper 4 law and paper 6D economic law classes, you can visit our website lecturepedia.in and purchase the classes from there. Okay.